Welcome to another episode of Faith Explorations, the podcast where we delve deep into the teachings and principles of Christianity and embark on a transformative journey through the realms of faith and spirituality. I'm your host, Kenneth Garcia. In episode 27 entitled Beyond Time and Space, The Mystery of God's Origin, we're exploring a philosophical enigma that has captivated the minds of thinkers throughout history, the question of who created God. But our exploration doesn't end here. For more insights that can enrich your journey of faith, be sure to visit us at BibleKeeper.com. So without further ado, let's dive in. One of the most debated questions throughout history is the existence of God. Christians often argue for God's existence based on the genesis of the universe. They propose that since the world had a beginning, there must have been someone who began it. However, skeptics raise important questions like, if God created the universe, then who created him? And if everything has an explanation, why is God exempt? These questions challenge believers and provide arguments for atheism. As humans gifted with free will and intellect, it's natural to wonder about things we don't fully understand, including the existence of God. Many believers have had their faith challenged, particularly when faced with adversity and tragedy. Today, we'll explore the philosophical perspective on who created God and examine what the Bible has to say about this intriguing question. The philosophy of causality suggests that everything with a beginning has a cause. This is a well-established premise in logic and often used by atheists to defend their lack of faith. Prominent philosophers like Bertrand Russell and scientists like Richard Dawkins have raised this argument. However, it's essential to understand that causation does not apply to something that has no origin. The Creator God, unlike the universe, did not have a beginning and therefore does not require an explanation. Moreover, Einstein's general theory of relativity, supported by extensive experimentation, shows that time and space are interconnected. If time began alongside matter and space, and God is the creator of the entire world, it follows that God is not bound by the time dimension he created and has no beginning in time. The Bible describes God as the lofty and exalted one who inhabits forever and affirms that he has no justification. Rejecting the concept of an uncreated creator leads to an infinite regress of creators creating creators. It becomes an endless chain with no ultimate origin. At some point, we must arrive at an eternal, uncreated creator who has always existed. If a single uncreated creator sufficiently explains the origin of creation, it is reasonable to conclude that the one who created our universe is the uncreated one. Turning to the Bible, we find insights into the question of who created God. While the Bible does not provide a direct answer, it reveals that God is the uncreated creator. The concept of God's existence surpasses human understanding of the physical realm. The Bible emphasizes God's eternal power and attributes, with the entire universe testifying to his divine nature and creative abilities. Scripture teaches us that God created the universe, but it doesn't offer a straightforward explanation of who or what caused God to exist. Instead, it highlights his eternal nature and presents him as the ultimate source of all creation. His invisible attributes are revealed through his works, and we can gain insight into his nature through his creation. The Bible repeatedly affirms that God is everlasting without beginning or end. Let's explore some Bible verses that shed light on this topic. In Isaiah chapter 44, verse 6, the Lord declares, "I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God." This statement emphasizes God's eternal existence. In John chapter 1, verse 1, it is written, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." This verse underscores the eternal nature of God. Psalm chapter 90, verse 2 states, "Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God." Here, we see a clear affirmation of God's everlasting nature. These verses, among others, highlight God's eternal existence and his role as the uncreated creator. While scientific theories like the Big Bang attempt to explain the origins of the universe, they do not negate the belief in God as the ultimate creator. Many Christians see the scientific understanding of the Big Bang as complementing their faith rather than contradicting it. The Big Bang theory proposes that the universe originated from a singularity, but it doesn't explain what initiated the Big Bang or set the events in motion. For believers, God is the ultimate cause and creator of the universe. He is an eternal, omnipotent being who existed before the creation of the universe and brought it into existence. While science may provide insights into the physical processes and mechanisms involved in creation, it doesn't address the ultimate origin or the question of why there is something rather than nothing. Christians believe that God, in His infinite power and wisdom, brought forth the universe and everything within it. The cause of the universe must have been supernatural, beyond space, matter, and time. Such a cause would not be subject to the rule of decomposition and would not have a beginning. This everlasting spirit must be the cause. The Bible describes God as everlasting, omnipotent, and existing outside of the realm of time and space. In conclusion, we find that God's existence transcends our understanding as finite beings confined by time. The question of who created God becomes invalid when we accept the truth of God's eternal nature. Just as we believe in the concept of space and the universe having no beginning or end, we can believe in God's eternal existence by faith, even though it may surpass our limited intellectual capacity in this life. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Faith Explorations. We hope this exploration has shed light on the topic of who created God according to the Scripture. Remember, faith is not about having all the answers, but trusting in the one who does. If you find yourself grappling with doubts or questions, take a moment to offer a prayer, seeking guidance and strengthening your faith in God and His Son, Jesus Christ. If you enjoyed today's discussion and want to explore more topics related to spirituality, be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And visit us at BibleKeeper.com for more resources that will enrich your faith journey. Join us next time as we continue to explore matters of faith and spirituality. Until then, may God bless you abundantly.